let's go back to where it all began. 2 years, in fact, here. Actually, we've got some of the first videos and teasers and trailers that were uploaded to the Enfield channel. I thought it'd be kind of cool to watch some of them because I think I've only saw the one of these. The very, very first one that I saw that got me like, woo, okay, this looks kind of cool. And that was before I'd even experienced Arknights. So it was an entirely new thing to me. You know, I was like, damn, this Arknights Endfield game kind of looks actually interesting. So I thought, perfect opportunity, consider we've got a new patch coming. Let's like go back to where it all began and have a little look at some of the gameplay, some of the trailers, and see how like the vibes switched a little bit. All right, then, stop a light. Let's go.
The journey ended here, a place of wonder and awe. We breached the cosmic veil.
The cosmic veil.
And reached a new planet.
When they talk about the cosmic veil there, are they talking about the star pod, the sky? Is that what they're talking about there? Yeah. Again, like I say, obviously we've got like a more sarcophagus-looking stasis here for the administrator. And this whole area looks a lot more akin to like the visuals you get in Arknights when you see some of the stuff to do with the sarcophagus, right? It looks a lot more ancient, right? Obviously, you can see there's like obviously advanced tech here, but do you know what I mean? It's got a lot more aged feel to it than what we've got now, hasn't it? A lot more sterile now.
Generations later,
It's babble, yeah.
This world remains untamed. Our reunion was foretold.
Okay, got the factory as well.
Our paths destined to cross.
A little burb here, twitches.
I'm here for you now, Administrator.
That is the triangular, yeah? Yeah, it is, yeah. Damn, look at Pearl, look at aura farming. Okay, see, we could see there for that split second, couldn't we? The old combat animations there, couldn't we? You know, the little slowdown. So we can see our actual area of effect and our ability to control the actual, you know, skill there. Back when Enfield was good, you know. We'll take no slander here. Oh, shit. That was sick. Not gonna lie, that scene looked cooler. That scene actually looked cooler, man. I do admit, they kind of did a bit of a woo, didn't they? In the sense that a little bit more gritty, right? Which, again, gritty doesn't mean good, but you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? All right, then we got the, let's have a look at the premiere teaser as well. Then this is obviously the first one, but let's check this out as well then. I haven't seen these, I haven't. That was a teaser, wasn't it there? That was a teaser. The Arknights Endfield CG trailer. Shit, this was from 4 years ago. Holy shit. This is going back. This is going back a little bit. This is.
Welcome back, Administrator. Enfield guidance system at your service. Access granted. Transmission in progress. Deploying protocol
6R incoming.
ETA 20 seconds.
Is that a land ship there? There was a land ship there. Bro, I hope we get some of these sort of visuals. I hope we get some of these sort of visuals. Just imagine if you get to explore a derelict land ship. That'd be so freaking cool, that would. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I saw the motorbike. We don't do them things. The land ships on Talos, yeah.
The industry complex's operation must remain secured. Be advised.
Oh no.
The likelihood of hostile threats intensified.
Was this the dream that Lowlight had? With Perlica on the bike? Who's the dude with the gun? That's supposed to be the enemy. Is that Wolf? That was looking a bit like Wolfguard's to do with the gun, yeah. Holy shit, some of these visuals are badass, alright. What does that look like? What does that look like? Throwback to summer as well. What does that look like, Cha? Not exactly. Obviously, it's in the planet, right? It's in the north. But it just made me think about what we were talking about yesterday. Not quite the same colour, so I don't think it's the same thing. I think it probably is just potentially like a protocol space thing or some sort of gate, something like that. But, you know, the image we saw for 1.2? You know, not the same colour scheme. Obviously, it's a sort of aurora that's in the north, right? That what Perlica's looking at there. Just made me think of that, though, then. You know, not the same colour exactly, like, but I wonder if... I don't know. This is the aurora that we see in the north, right? What's blocking us from going north, yeah?
Welcome to Talos-II. It's time to make your choice.
You know what? Even though the game's out, this makes me hype. This makes it okay. So we got the gameplay demo as well here. Again, I definitely do think there's a bit of slight tonal shift, or we haven't quite entered that tone, if you will. But some of the visuals, especially in that last one, like this image here, I think it just looks so good. Where was it? Did I go too far back? I think I did, didn't I? Hold up. Where was it? Like that there. Like, sort of like mega constructs that we're seeing. Like this as well. You know, some of these vast constructs that we're seeing. Because obviously I've spoken about this right there. I think there's going to be a lot of history to be found in Talos. And I'm hoping that we are going to potentially see these constructions and these POIs that are just vast and, you know, really impressive things to look upon. All right, let's go. Arknights Endfield gameplay demo. Let's go. The old UI for the menu. Don't get me wrong, it looks better now. In terms, especially your icon selection down the sides, right? There's something about this old topographical display. I kind of fucks with it, man. I do. Like, I think what we've got now is probably better for your day-to-day game experience in terms of like visual clarity and stuff, right? It does look kind of cool, man. From an aesthetic point of view, right? Now, from a utility point of view, probably a little bit different. Like, you know, like your mail and stuff being up here specifically. This is like really hard to see, you know, when your currency and stuff up here. And these are not so good, but I do like the map. I really fuck with the map, man. Look at this environment here. The dead zone. We're in the dead zone now, boys. We're in the dead zone. I feel like this is what we would get if Enfield never went mainstream. Hey, who says we're not going to get this right? Now, I do get what you're saying in terms of like that feeling. It's fair, right? you know, when stuff goes mainstream, they kind of have to cater a little bit more to everybody. But maybe this is where we go, right? You know, all the worries of stuff. Maybe we do start to see this stuff. We'll have to wait and see, though. Maybe I'm coping. Oh, look at the little scorpion. What does that say? Does it say agents of something? Does it say Angoloi? Doesn't he? Angoloi what? Haunt. What it says? You like how we got the scorpions? You know what? See, this is what I was on about. You haven't... Like, we've got... Obviously, we've got boss mechanics that do this with the shockwaves rippling out, right? We haven't experienced anything like this where we've had to... It's kind of like the floor is lava in a sense, isn't it? We haven't really got anything like that. I know we've got like the laser stuff, and we do have like these sort of platforming type mechanics. But this looks cool, man, because it looks... Look at all the different pieces around that we've got to jump on. We haven't seen some of these assets as well, like specifically these cranes. Like, we haven't seen these in game, have we? These look different. This looks like potentially we're on the ruins of a land ship, right? Or no, it's not. I don't think it is, actually. They almost look like plates of a land ship, though. I like this environmental design, though. I like this environmental design. The floor is lava in most of Wuling water. Notice how we also got climbing mechanic in this. You can see Burley could climb on that platform. Oh, I didn't even spot that. Did we have a mantle? Did we have a mantle mechanic? Oh, let's... Hold up. I didn't even spot that. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I do think now, though, like, a mantle mechanic would require entire, like, geographical redesign of the game, right? You know? Because it would just change exploration totally, wouldn't it? Like, I'm not against a mantle being in the game, but it's one of those that I don't necessarily miss it either in Enfield. I kind of like the Dark Souls, like, jump puzzle type stuff, but yeah, I didn't even notice that at first. Yeah. Quite a slick animation, actually. Arknights Endfield gameplay demo 2. Oh, this one's 4 minutes long, boys. All right, let's lock in. Let's get a bit of old school gameplay then, shall we? This is from 2 years ago, so 2 years later than that previous one. All right, let's have a look. They can't really change that now. Yeah, not really. Oh, we've got a bit of building going on. Some transmission connection. Is this old Valley 4 or is this a different area? What's that? What was that? Am I dumb? What was that? What's in the power? Oh, is it a healing pod? It's a healing pod. A heal turret. Yeah. I don't fox with that shit. Oh, look at the UI. Who's this? That looks like a... That looks like a short-haired passenger. It's modelled after Lancet 2. Looked a little bit familiar. That's why my brain went straight to healing and I saw the little ring. That looks a little bit like passenger. I don't think we've seen this person in game yet, have we? Is this an old wolf guard, this? Or is this a different character altogether? Looks like passenger, doesn't he? Does look like passenger. See, I get that now. I did Walk in the Dust. I get that reference. That's the Jarl. Ah, okay. Who the fuck's that? I don't know who that is. I honestly don't know who that is. Enlighten me, chat. Enlighten me. Hold up a second. Quality on this video is fucking shit. Oh, we got 4K. Yes, please. Yes, please. There we go. That's better. This is Wolfguard, isn't it, this? Who's medic? Oh, is he? Is he the one we met in game? Is he? Is he the one we actually met in game? We presumed he will be out Calcit, but who knows what his purpose will be now if he's still in. Yeah. Damn, look at bro here. Dude, definitely looks better now. Definitely looks better now. Oh, check the fucking sword. Hangmin still looking. YouTube. Are you kidding me, bro? Bro, I got a fucking 1,000 down and YouTube can't handle 4K. Are you kidding me? Gotta love you. Gotta love you. I got 1,000 down and YouTube struggling with 1440p. What the hell? We're on 1080. Yo, I kind of like that spinning animation. Maybe you're right, SB. Definitely a lot stiffer as well, right? Like this environmental design though, I like the it's very autumn, isn't he? I'm more of an autism. Autismal, should I say, not an autism. An autismal vibe to it. Yeah, he got a great sword. Wolfguard. Oh, look at that hole there. They're in the wall. Damn, that's a vast canyon there, is he? Autism vibe like you. Yeah, an old... It's not autumn. It's autism. What do you reckon our next major region's gonna be? What do you reckon the biome's gonna be like, guys? You know, when I look at this, I'll be honest, you know, when I look at some of this location, it looks like it's potentially designed a little bit to fit a little two-wheeled vehicle in as well, potentially, to some degree. Hoping for a nice region. I'd love a jungle, I would, man. Or a dense forest. I don't think we'll get that, but... Desert. More Russia. Okay, I'm guessing this is early Valley 4 then, yeah. Because that was, that still looks somewhat similar shape to what we've got in the game now. I forgot what the fucking area is called now. You know, the top left in Valley 4. Kind of still sort of has that vibe. I don't know if I'm maybe imagining that. Yeah, if they implement vehicles, that would be insane. See, like, I've got a very strict thing when it comes to the vehicles. As long as it doesn't determine map design, I'm happy if they bring vehicles into the map and make the vehicles work with the map. I'm cool with that. It was like one of my biggest pet peeves with the bike in WoW. I don't want the map to like be at the behest of the vehicle then, and everything changes and become a lot less interesting, if you will. It's one thing I was a big fan of in Silver Palace. It felt like they designed the horse really to fit in the map rather than the other way around, if that makes sense. A fucking drill. Literally actually using units here to make gear, right? Okay. The buses, the old buses, right? Is that fucking RL friend? Isn't he? Look at him standing here. Yeah, so this is Valley 4, right? This is the hub there, yeah. Yo, it looks way bigger. That got scaled down, didn't it? We've got the Enfield teaser trailer all one. Special trailer, Talos-II Awakening. All right, let's have a look at this one.
Since you came, do provide your signature here. An employment contract with Enfield? Seraph Directive? Who ordered this? You did. Can you talk?
Look at me like Cal sit there and sure.
This is in dire straits. We've been attacked by the Angoloi, and we only managed to keep things from completely falling apart. Are these the Angoloi?
Oh, check out with the big staff there.
Where did they come from?
Was that an old version of a...
We're already here when the first humans...
Was that an old version of like a bone crusher or something there? Or a breaker? Bowling ball head looking motherfucker.
Where did they come from? The Angoloi were already here when the first humans arrived at Talos-II. Compared to the humans, they seem to be more endemic to this planet. This is the Blight. Or to put it in other words, this is how the Blight ruptures into the world. Many fear you, because your course of actions have them worried about their own fate.
Still get angry at how it turned out.
Because your ultimate goal is to ensure that civilization survives
Ember,
and
yeah.
thrives.
Like, see this stuff here? I hope we get to see something, because one thing I do like about this, obviously we've had a visual upgrade, right, and the game's gorgeous, but I will say, you know, when I see this scene here, this screams a... Don't get me wrong, the game's sci-fi through and through, right? It is. This screams a little bit more of a sci-fi aesthetic than I suppose it's a bit more brutalism, right? A bit more gritty brutalism. And again, as I say, we might get towards some of this. We might get towards some of this, and I hope we do. And I'm not in this camp of like, it's never happening. I've accepted it. I'm still well and truly on the cult train that we are going to get some of this cool shit, right? But like, some of this does look actually really fucking cool.
Survives and thrives.
Oh shit, that's that there. That's the asset from inside the you know, Valley 4 when you have to turn it around. And it's almost like, I wonder if I'll ever get anything like this in the factory. A bit of verticality. You know, when it's like the little puzzle and you meet the old bloke and he's like, he switched it off or something, you have to switch it back on and adjust, spin him around to get it all in place kind of thing. That's that, isn't it? That's that asset there. The hub looked massive as well then, didn't he? I'm not sure if a tone shift like that could work. I don't know. I think we've got plenty of tonal shifts in Arknights. Now, again, this is an Arknight, so... but I think as you progress into the story, I definitely think we could for sure have some tonal shifts in this game, because in the minute we're still in this kind of like bright-eyed, we're pushing the frontier, right? We've still got a lot to discover, haven't we? Lot to discover.
The automated industry complex will be key to everything. With it, we will ultimately turn the tide. But
Trailer goes hard though.
I planted it? We can only press on.
The way they keep showing that off, do you think there's going to be any hark back to that, or do you reckon that's just a bit of an Easter egg for like AK players? Now Enfield is cooked because of its goofy art tone.
And ever onward until we reach the northernmost point of this planet. A place that may very well be the end of our journey.
Can't get over how big the hub was back in the day. Kind of like Ehrlicher with the fucking actual staff as well.
Phoenix on the rise.
A lot wants to play Dark Tone Dairy for a few days, but well, that's why I'm cool with tonal shifts. I agree with that, Simon. I agree with that. That like I'm the type of person that gritty sounds great, right? But when you're experiencing it for potentially half a decade, you do want tonal shifts, and I think it's more than expected to have tonal shifts now. Do we get a tonal shift in the sense of, or should I say, an aesthetic shift? Do we get a tonal shift in terms of the way the story's shown to us? I definitely think parts of 1.1 felt like that. Will we really truly get that? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I think a thematic and an aesthetic shift can easily be done and would make sense too, right? We definitely need to have those more gritty, dark, brutal areas, but you've got to have it paired with your more bright, pleasant areas as well. At the end of the day, it's a planet, right? It's a planet, isn't it? So we should be able to have multiple types of biomes and areas that fit different themes, right?
Speaking of which, how should I address you? Administrator?
Is that?
Oracle? Perhaps I can just call you the Doctor.
Oh.
Doctor. Just call you the Doctor. Administrator? Oracle? Perhaps I can just call you the Doctor.
Fial sounds like my version of Trevor. Fial does.
The Doctor.
Yeah, I can do that too. All right, then let's check out the special trailer Talos-II Awakening as well. Then from 2 years ago, and then we're all done. I've enjoyed this. It's been kind of nice going back and seeing the shift in the game. You know what I mean?
I am required to share certain key information with you beforehand, Administrator. Talos-II is not a peaceful
I haven't
place,
seen,
and the people are
like,
not exactly
most of
on
these.
friendly terms with outsiders. I believe your first-hand experiences have taught you about that. The pioneers from Terra used the teleport in the polar north to reach this most alien place. A new land. No, that's not quite right. They reached a new planet. And entire generations gave everything they had before civilization could finally sink its roots here. Hostile environments, the blight, and merciless construct life forms.
That's a question. Obviously, I don't know if this gets answered in later chapters, and if it does, don't tell me, because I don't want to be spoiled. But it just made me think that we know there's sort of like, 150 years sort of history, well, in terms of this history with people going to Talos at the moment. How long were they preparing to go? Because obviously it wasn't just like, hey, yo, shit's open, let's go. Right, there was preparation. How long did that take, I wonder? Obviously, don't tell me if it's spoiler stuff, but I'm just curious. I'm hypothetical I'm expressing here.
Meant that every moment of the these countless years was a desperate battle for survival. Countless people gave up their lives to help civilization reach the scale we see today. As for you, Administrator, you have always turned the tide in our favor in pivotal moments during the history of Talos-II. You have felt the pain and witnessed everything. Of course, you were not always alone. In the past, Enfield Industries always fought alongside you. You are a key technical specialist of the company and served as a trump card that delivered us from the most trying times. Many fear you because your course of actions have them worried about their own fate. Some respect you because your ultimate goal is to ensure that civilization survives and thrives. The stasis field hibernation pod is also known as Sarcophagus Mark II. Whenever we meet a challenge that we cannot solve or reach a critical crisis threshold, we would activate the device and wake you from your
Is it reverse engineered from the sarcophagus then?
hibernation. No matter how people looked at you, you would always return to that cramped hibernation pod at the end of every crisis and wait for your next awakening. But for this time around, since it's all come down to this, things will be different. Perhaps you remember nothing of me, but this isn't the first time we've met. You may call me Perlica. As the supervisor of Enfield Industries, my task is to provide you with support on behalf of my company. I hope that you will live up to your past selves.
Got like a long trail vibe to it, that
and
is.
my fellow colleagues at Enfield Industries. Use your power and wisdom to overcome the difficulties and challenges that we may encounter. Welcome to Talos-II, Administrator.
I'm rage rating you with this. See, I wouldn't look at it like that, right? Because, hey, if in a year's time or 2 years' time, right, if we're at the second anniversary and we don't get any of this sort of feeling, these vibes, these themes, these, I guess you could say these sort of aesthetic potentials coming through, then maybe. But I'm still genuinely, like, I don't see any of this as it's just not happening. Like, I honestly, like, of course, I think Enfield so far does have a little bit more of a light-hearted vibe, but I don't see it as like a goofy game, personally, I don't. Especially, like, you know, finishing up 1.1. I think they did the whole Tang quite well. I did, you know, that whole experience. I thought it was. I think it was quite well written. It was well acted. It was well voiced. Do you know what I mean? And like the stuff that's been set up and potential machinations that could happen with some of the factions has got me actually genuinely excited. I honestly think. Maybe it is opium, maybe it is copium, but do you know what? I'm going to live in the positivity of being on cope, because I'd rather do that than be incredibly, like, nihilistic about the game, because we just can't say it, right? But, you know, I can understand I guess some people, I suppose, not unlike the Wooer community, feeling a bit rug pulled, you know? A little bit rug pulled. I just don't see it in the same sense, man. I honestly don't. I don't feel like it's this inherently goofy game, personally. I just think it's got a bit of a tonal shift probably from what we saw in this stuff. But yeah, when I'm playing through it, I don't get this overtly goofy feeling to me. I definitely do think it's trying to play towards a more normie crowd, for sure. I do. But yeah, I enjoyed this. It was good to go back, do a little bit, especially seeing some of the old gameplay. And as I say, I genuinely expect to see some of this sort of stuff going forward, like these sort of mega constructs and stuff, and especially the potential ancient stuff that we might come across has got me excited. Who the fuck is this as well? Like, I hope we get to explore some of these wastelands that once housed huge factoriums and stuff, whether it's from the last 100 or so years or prior, you know? Was that Wolfguard, was it? But Wolfguard's, it does look like his outfit, right? Yeah, I think it is, isn't he? But, okay, so that's interesting. So they went from gun to sword back to guns, yeah. Because the gameplay that we saw with him with a sword was from 2 years ago, wasn't he? You know, 2 years ago, he got a great sword. 4 years ago, he got a gun, and then he's back to a gun as well. It's interesting. They were really playing around with a wolf guard, wasn't there then? They must have gone, we'll have an AR. Maybe it just didn't feel right when they were developing it and testing and playing. So like, right, go to a sword. And then they're thinking, like, actually, let's maybe go with some dual pistols and stuff, maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. It's cool to look back after playing the game for a couple of months now, and obviously 1.2 coming up. I thought it was a good moment to take a little look back and have a look what was supposed to come, and potentially still what might come as well, right?